Hi, I'm Zoe, and you're watching my episode of Meet the Creators. Hi, I'm Zoe, and you're watching my episode of Meet the Creators. Right now we're in my room. This is my dorm room. I go to Emerson College. This is where I do everything. I sleep, I eat, I make art. I chose here just because I feel like it's kind of an outward representation of me and what I'm into, and it's covered in art that I really like and art that I've made or that inspires me. I was born in Medford, Massachusetts, but I now live in Sarasota, Florida. I'm 19. I would say I'm an artist, like all around. I don't really know how to give myself a title. I'm in school for film, but I feel like sometimes I'm not always inspired to make moving images. So, I mean, I really like video editing, and sometimes I'll do graphic design or I'll just make, visual art. I really like making music, but I would say, like, as my title, I'm an artist, a visual artist. Art in general for me started when I was around 13, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I had a Tumblr. And that's when I started using Photoshop, and I would use it to make different graphics for my blog, and then it started being graphics for other people's blogs, and then I realized that this is something that people want and something that I was good at. As I got older, I started kind of putting it out there and showing my parents, and I started editing videos and experimenting less with Photoshop and more with Premiere. I decided I wanted to go to film school, and now I'm here and I'm kind of figuring it out. I'm figuring out what I want to be and what I want to do, but I just know that it's art. My favorite thing about doing graphic design or editing or anything is just like being able to completely zone out into it. It's like therapy for me because I don't have to think about anything. When I'm editing on my computer, it's just me and the screen, and I don't have to think about anything else that's going on in my life. And I can just put how I'm feeling into what I'm doing on the screen. I would say my specialty is video editing and Photoshop and graphic design. I've done music videos for people. I've done just general graphics for people. I've done promotional graphics for people. I think this is the favorite piece of art I've made. This is what I did as my senior project for school, and it's a magazine. And I just took art from different people at my school and compiled it into a magazine, and some of it's my own art, like this is my own art, and then there's me. But I really liked this because it was a way to combine all of the different art I was into at the time. Like, I was really into poetry at the time, so I could put my poetry into here but then still have my graphic design. And it also just felt really personal and something that I had been working on for so long, and then I finally actually sold it and people wanted to consume it, which was like crazy. When you find out that people want your art, it's like, oh shit, like I'm good at this. Like, people actually want to look at this. I interviewed My Compiled Thoughts, who's a Boston artist, and he makes amazing music. And I interviewed a music video director, which was just like really inspiring for me. So I think this is my favorite piece of art I've made, even though it's not necessarily something that I show off all the time now. Another piece of art, or like pieces of art, I'm really proud of. For the first 3 months of college last year, I made short, like 1-minute videos of just my friends, and I kind of just used it to experiment with video editing, and I love those videos because they're so personal to me. And what I think other people liked about it too was that they were seeing my life but then also seeing my art. I can just look back on those when I'm like 50 and be like, damn, college was so much fun. And I think it was like art that I made for myself. I guess my third art that I'm really proud of is just music that I've made, because music has been something, like, since I was little, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a singer.
And you'll see now the sadistic nature we show. Cut a bitch up at her beach home. Cut a bitch up at her beach home.
So I'm really proud of myself for like maintaining that, even though it's not something that's practical or like necessarily something I want to do as a career. Today, Meet the Creators has asked me to create a design for their merch. And I have an hour to design it. I feel nervous because like whenever it's a competition, you feel like you want to win. So like I want to win, but at the same time, like this is kind of winning because like people are watching me talk about myself, so that's a win. So I'm nervous, but like I'm excited because it's just an hour for me to create, which is like a super cool opportunity. I went to a yard sale. This seems irrelevant, but it's not. It's totally on track. I went to a yard sale this summer and I bought a box, and then when I got in my car, I realized it was full of family photos. And I went back to the woman and I was like, this is full of your family photos. Do you want them? And she was like, no, I don't really know who that is. Like, I found it in my basement. So I've been making art with the photos. And they're on my wall over here. I don't know, I thought it's like there's something mysterious about that I just like have these people's photos. So I've been like taking them and creating art out of them. So I'm gonna use those today because I really like doing physical art and then putting it on to the screen. So I'm gonna be doing something with those today and then uploading it online and then altering it on there. I don't know if I'm gonna win, but I feel like I should say that I know I am gonna win because I need to manifest it. So I'm gonna win. That's it. Let's do this. I hope you guys liked my design. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, leave it a like, and follow my Instagram at ZozoChristina. Mwah. Hey.